The 2017 Nissan Sentra NISMO. Now this is Nissan's latest pocket rocket sedan, and it just had its debut at the 2016 LA Auto Show, and we were given exclusive access to it, and I want to share it with all of you today. Welcome to this special edition episode of Car Buzz Unboxing Reviews. I'm Jay, and yes, this is the brand new Nissan Sentra NISMO. Yes, so where to begin? Well, lots of cool stuff to talk about here. Now, the base Nissan Sentra is one of the most popular compact sedans in the US. In fact, just last year, over 200,000 of them have been sold. But look, enthusiasts have been anxious for Nissan to bring back a real successor to the original 1994 Nissan Sentra SR. And finally, Nissan is answering the call, and this is it, NISMO. Now, what is NISMO? It is Nissan's in-house high-performance division. It stands for Nissan Motorsport International Limited, Nissan Motorsport NISMO. Get it? That's what it is. Now, let's start up this engine here because it sounds fantastic. Alright, so that was a 1.6 liter direct-injected turbocharged inline-four with 188 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. Now, this is the same engine that's found in the Juke NISMO, not the Juke RS. And power is sent to the front wheels through either a 6-speed manual or Nissan's Xtronic transmission. Well, and all Xtronic is a CVT. Go for the 6-speed manual. It costs less probably and makes the car weigh even less too. But compared to the 1.8 liter non-turbo Sentra, this car has 64 more horsepower and 52 more pound-feet of torque. So yeah, that is quite a boost there. Now, performance we don't know just yet. We're guessing 0 to 60 is going to be around 7 seconds or so. But let's look at this exterior here. Now, there's just a bunch of NISMO unique stuff here. You got these 10-spoke, 18-inch NISMO alloy wheels, unique front and rear fascias with signature red stripe, those black outside mirrors with turn signal indicators, a rear spoiler, front grille and side sills. Again, this is all unique stuff. Special front LED daytime running lights. There's even a NISMO fire extinguisher. That is so cool. And of course, you have your typical NISMO badging. And in terms of what are the guts here, you got NISMO tuned suspension and steering. Oh, and check out the NISMO chrome door handles. There's even a chrome trunk finisher too. So, yeah, it's really cool to see that Nissan just didn't slap on some cheap, exterior package and extra body cladding for nothing. All of this stuff is useful. It makes this car perform better. And you can tell it's a NISMO, but yeah, take a look at all that signature red striping there. Now, NISMO, the two other cars that's normally done aside from the Juke NISMO is, of course, the GTR NISMO and the 370Z NISMO. So this is the first time they're really doing a car that's going to be affordable. That's what's so cool about this. And in terms of pricing, now we don't know just yet. It's too new. Our best guess is probably just under $25,000. Oh, I love these 18-inch wheels. These 10-spoke units, they're so cool. Now, the typical Nissan Sentra, specifically the SR Turbo, comes with 17-inch wheels. So yeah, you get an extra inch here. Just one more way to make this car look unique. Oh yes, under the hood. Now, we still don't know fuel economy just yet, but again, what this car's base is, it's just a compact econo-box sedan. So even with the turbocharged four-banger here, I don't think it's going to be anything like a real gas drinker or anything like that. Now, the total weight of this car with the 6-speed manual is 3,037 pounds, and with the CVT, don't get it, go for the 6-speed manual, 3,105 pounds. Ah, this interior, I love it. This is all like this charcoal color. Again, bunch of NISMO exclusive bits, NISMO front seats with a logo and additional interior bolsters for the seats. Unique rear seat material with red stitching. Now that's not real carbon fiber trim there. It looks really cool though, and I'm glad Nissan did it. And of course, power windows and door locks, all that typical stuff. You also get basic air conditioning, 6-way adjustable driver's seat, heated front seats, an audio system with 6 speakers, Sirius XM radio, rear view monitor, Bluetooth cruise control. Rear seats, yeah. Again, standard. I love that the red stitching pattern there. They paid attention to the details here. And these, of course, they're 60/40 split folding rear seats, just like in the regular Sentra sedan. So this is just an excellent daily driver as well, and it's just probably going to be an awful lot of fun to drive. 6-speed manual. It's so good to see one of these again. We're starting to lose the manual more and more, and it's becoming more of like for a niche product just like this. Again, I love it how that red trim carries right over from the exterior into the interior as well. So yeah, I know, look at the dashboard, it's basic, I get it. You just have a standard 5-inch screen here. It's okay. Now this Sentra generation, it dates back to 2012 and was given a refresh for 2016. So the bones of this car are, they're several years old. That's why you're starting to see this kind of outdated dash design here. But because this is the Sentra NISMO, we're totally going to let that pass. Now check out the steering wheel here. This is an Alcantara and leather wrapped wheel. Yeah, Alcantara, that's the same material you find on supercars like Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and it's here in a $25,000 pocket rocket Econobox sedan. That's so cool. Yeah, here's that basic 5-inch audio color display here. It's nothing special. It does the job, but I really think the people who are going to be buying the Sentra NISMO, they're not going to care so much. This car is all about driving and having fun behind the wheel. And speaking of which, how does it drive? Well, we know the Sentra Turbo NISMO here, it has 2 driving modes, Eco and Sport. However, there is a tuned suspension and steering for optimized cornering ability. And that NISMO tuned suspension, it's also tuned for increased grip, feedback, and control. Now, you still got to remember, this is a front-wheel drive sedan. It's not rear-wheel drive, say, like a BMW 3 Series, so it's going to behave a bit differently. But I really think Nissan has tuned the hell out of this thing so for that you're going to get a lot of steering feedback from a front-wheel drive car. For an example, the electric power steering assist, it's programmed to provide the driver with better feedback than your typical front-wheel drive car. So yeah, Nismo, they went out of their way to do everything they could to make this a real driver's car. So safety, let's talk about that real fast because it's important. Again, no crash test results for it. It's just 2 brand new, but the current Sentra, it's passed those tests just fine. Standard other safety bits, driver and front passenger side impact and curtain airbags, ABS brakes, traction control, vehicle dynamic control, electronic brake force distribution, and a tire pressure monitoring system. Oh, I just love that Alcantara wrap steering wheel. It just helps make that interior so much better. Yeah, here, 5-inch driver's information screen here. All your basic information that you need to know. It works, and I like the fact that maybe they didn't go overboard by adding more and more stuff because that would have just increased the price. When I say more stuff, say redesigning the dash in any certain way, and yeah, it's dated, but you're getting a real driver's car in return. I really like that rear bumper there. It's just so much more aggressive looking. And the same goes for the front grille design as well. And if you compare this Sentra NISMO to the base Sentra, you're really going to see quite a bit of difference in just the way the cars look. This looks like a performance car, and that's because it is. And yep, this is probably one of the worst seats to be in this car. Same with the rear. You want to be driving this. But yeah, notice that there's only manual seats here. And you know what? That's fine. I don't think you need an electronic seats here. My concern is that eventually they're going to break and they're going to be expensive repairs just like on any car, but they just cut weight and therefore they also cut price too. And the other great thing about this Sentra NISMO is that, look it's a daily driver and you can get a couple of people in the rear seat just fine. You can drive this to work, road trips, and autocross it all in one day if you wanted to. And that is one of the reasons why we love it already. And yes, this is not a 5-door hatchback or hot hatch here, base sedan, typical trunk. I do like the fact that you have that Nismo badge in the trunk as well. It's great to see Nissan always constantly reminding you that you have something special here. Now, how many of these are they going to build? That's a great question, and Nissan just declined to say how much at LA because we did ask them about that, but they're probably going to build as many as demand dictates. So if you want one, go for it. Yeah, just such a great daily usability as well. And I like it how the front grille design, especially the lower bumper there, it really reflects a lot of the GTR Nismo. They just gave it some badass attitude here. So what's some of the competition? Well, my guess is going to be based on the power output that we've been told. Few names come to mind: Ford Focus ST, I'd even toss in the Ford Fiesta ST, Volkswagen Golf GTI, the Honda Civic SI, that's also going to be completely redesigned. That's upcoming. The Mini the Mini Cooper S, Subaru WRX, and even the Kia Forte SX Turbo. So what do I like? Well, look at it. It just looks great. It's not just some cheap add-ons and they called it a day. No, they put some time and money into this. What don't I like? Well, is 188 horsepower going to be powerful enough? I'm just wondering, could more horsepower have been extracted somehow? A different engine? I don't know. But we'll see in good time whether or not 188 horsepower is going to be sufficient. Now, just so that you know, Nissan is also launching this year the Sentra SR Turbo. And it has the same engine as this, but the Sentra NISMO has 18-inch as opposed to 17-inch wheels. It's going to be a little more expensive. The Sentra SR Turbo starts at around $23,000. Again, we're guessing this is going to be started around $25,000. And this actually probably weighs a little bit less too, because again, this got the NISMO treatment. They try to cut weight and just make it a better driving machine. They were able to reduce lift without affecting the drag coefficient. That was a priority, for an example. They did that with a rear spoiler and a revised rear bumper to help drop lift by 30%. But I'm out of time for today. Any more questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you in my next unboxing review.